Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Masters of the Universe Chronicles Man-at-Arms, because I just love the engagement. No, because I bought 3 of these figures to review. I was told... Is he on here? I was told Triclops is a good one. I didn't get that one. This is the last one I got. I'm not a Motu guy, but I can review figures from things I don't know about because I can review the figure based on its quality, and I know what Idris Elba looks like, so it's easy enough for me to judge accuracy. So let's go ahead and get this guy off the stand and take a closer look. All right, before we look at the figure, let me show you my package. I do think this packaging is great. They have it set up so that you can lay them next to each other, lay them, stand them, stack them, whatever. This side not so much. I mean, it's just whatever. But this side and this side, they always connect. I mean, if you do it on purpose. So that's pretty cool. They always have the good guy fighting the bad guy, as far as I can tell, based on the packaging I have, which is nice. It's very nice packaging. I think that's probably the best thing about this line so far. Okay, let's talk about the figure. He is in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. At least he was. I know Skeletor sold out over the weekend, I think, or maybe just before the weekend. He stands roughly 6 3/4 inches. That's going to make him roughly 17.5 centimeters. Here he is up against Darwin, so he's too big for your Marvel Legends size, which I guess these guys all are. Then maybe I didn't say that before. Maybe I did. That's his height up against his boyfriend, and they're about the same. I mean, maybe He-Man's just a touch taller, given his, but he's got hair poof, but he's got helmet, so I don't know. All right, so far this line has been overpriced, acceptable, really good on paper, but executed poorly, as Mattel tends to do. It's a live-action movie line of figures that have cartoony looks to them. This one, not so noticeable. That's fine. This guy obviously is not a realistic portrayal of any sort of human. He looks like a cartoon character, which is fine if that's what you're doing, but this is live action, so that's weird. All right, and they're also almost $30, which is also a thing, $27. Okay, so let's see, is this one any better than the others? Skeletor was better than He-Man. He-Man was incredibly underwhelming. Let's see, this guy has a lot more going on aesthetically. I think that's a generally good look. He does still have the cartoony look, proportions and everything. I mean, this is nowhere near what Idris Elba looks like in armor, because Idris Elba is not built like a cartoon Motu character. So if you're into the crossover of cartoon and live action, this is fine. We'll get to the likeness in a second. But it actually looks pretty good because they have enough molded parts that are in different colors that it looks nice. And it has enough paint on it, not counting the patina, like the brown bits. It looks pretty good. It looks decent. And then if you count the extra detailed parts, it looks really, really nice. You know, somebody told me on He-Man everything is painted, and I was like, no, on He-Man almost nothing is, just the brown parts. Just the brown parts with the silver on top. That's the only paint. His whole body is bare plastic. Obviously, we have eyes and hair. His body, okay. No paint on his body. This guy has no paint on the green and brown, but everywhere else, Skeletor had it everywhere. He-Man needed some paint. It would have helped him a lot. This guy looks almost infinitely better than He-Man because of all the extra paint. And it's not even some kind of crazy good paint job. It's just paint. Just enough to make it not look like a kid's toy, which He-Man did. The patina, it's not like expertly applied or anything like that, but it still looks nice. I mean, it's way nicer than not having it. Looks really, really good. The helmet has some really nice paintwork on there. That's great. And I know somebody out there is thinking, well, He-Man doesn't have those things to have paint. Just put some shading on the skin. Just a little bit of shading on the skin would have gone a real long way from that Ken doll plastic that's kind of orange. And then we have the likeness, which is not Idris Elba. That's not Idris Elba at all. 0% Idris Elba. I guess at some angles you can kind of maybe see it, but he does not have this shape to his jaw and chin. Yeah, at some angles you can see it. I think the eyes are pretty close to right for the sculpt, but otherwise it just doesn't look right. But still, it's not a bad looking figure at all. It's a perfectly reasonably good looking figure at this price point. I'm totally fine with this. So aesthetically, we're still going on that same scale as the other guys, which is to say basically the same kind of thing as Marvel Legends. Like overpriced, not as good as they should be, but still people are going to buy it, so I'm going to review it and rate it. This guy's like a 9.5 compared to He-Man and Skeletor in the aesthetic portion. It's perfectly fine. All right, now as far as accessories go, now it's my understanding that his name is Man-at-Arms because he can turn things into /create/whatever guns or weapons of any type, something like that. He doesn't have a ton. He's got his 2 gripping hands that come on him in the package. He has 2 fist hands. That's nice. We don't always get fist hands on heroes anymore. We get his pistol, and then we get his pimp cane. I don't know. Shouldn't he have more guns and stuff? Or at least something notable? Because, like, if it wasn't for the armor, this guy wouldn't stand out to me. He's got his bludgeon and his pistol are there, I guess, but it's not that much. I think he should have at least one something. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen the trailer, and he has at least a something. So I'll go 7 out of 10 at best, because I think he should have something more than just a dinky pistol. I mean, I've got guns bigger than that. Anyway, let's talk about the articulation, because He-Man and Skeletor on paper have good articulation, and people keep saying how good their articulation is. It's import quality articulation, and it's like, it's friggin' not. They didn't do a good job with it. Let's see if they did a good job with this one. Alright, it's a whole new sculpt, obviously, so maybe it's just gonna pose, and it should pose very well, given the character design. Let's see. The head is on ball pegs, the neck is on a ball peg. That is reasonable. That's pretty good. Mostly the limitation comes into the armor and his oversized chin. If he didn't have quite the oversized chin, that would make him look so much more like Idris Elba, and it would help for posing. But given the armor, I think his neck poses nicely. For the shoulder pads are separate pieces. This is weird. Why is this one removable like this? I don't know, maybe there's a reason in the movie that this comes off, but you would think it would just go on like this one, which is all one piece. Anyway, they're not connected to him, and they do connect at the bicep, which is good. But he has tiny little low shoulders inside there, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. You can take this off too, by the way. We'll do that at the end. He's got the McFarlane, I hate to say that, but that's what people call it nowadays, because it's been done well before McFarlane and well better, but he's got that style shoulder where it's just a ball peg with a cap, and it works pretty well. And then the shoulder itself gets up to horizontal. Not anything crazy in range, but it's there. You're going to get your full rotation. The actual butterfly nature of it is not bad. That works pretty well. When this thing's in place, obviously you're going to have a little bit less range, but it is soft and floaty, so you can get it out of the way pretty well. So I think that's good. So far, this guy's blowing the other guys out of the water. Let's see. Bicep swivel is going to bicep swivel. That's fine. Double jointed elbow. Yeah, still minimal. It's like import style elbows. First of all, it's just an elbow joint, guys. Like, it doesn't have to be considered an import. It's just a double jointed elbow. It's not insert molded, it's pinless, but it's a whole different thing than like the Marvel Legends style of pinless joints. I don't know. Sometimes I think people don't look up closely at things, because I had a lot of people comparing these joints to like Marvel Legends and things, and it's not the same kind of thing. But it has okay range. Given the armor, I think that's reasonable. His armor is either built onto or glued onto the arm. It doesn't rotate. Wrists are on ball hinges, but you have basically no range because of the armor. Alright, this side is going to be the same thing, just a smaller piece of shoulder armor. Let's see, the torso better freaking be glorious, because there's no reason for this guy to not have just crazy amounts of range in this torso. Oh. He leans back some, but not very far. It's better looking than He-Man's for sure. He better lean forward. He's not leaning back very far. He should lean really far forward. He doesn't. Very little range. Side to side? Side to side's okay. The armor bumps into the belt, so that's fine. But yeah, this is not premium or deluxe articulation, whatever they called it. You get your twist, but like the joint's there, but it doesn't work. For the hips, this is on him permanently, so forget that leg. At least you can take that off. Basic range. He has a drop down though, but drop downs tend to not increase the lateral movement. Let's see. Oh, it does on this guy. Alright, well that's good. We'll test this one too. So the drop down, we'll see if it's a super annoying drop down. No, good. It's way better than, I think it was He-Man, not Skeletor, that had the terrible drop down. So you have to tuck his little magic wand in there, but he has decent enough range in the hips going out to the side. Going forward, oh, the way they do it. You have to swing it out to the side like that, like it's a slanted swivel instead of an actual ball hint or ball joint. So yeah, the hips still suck. Like that. What good is that? What? So he can sit down? Like you can't put him in a running pose even. Oh great. The plastic's soft enough that it's cutting itself. Do you guys see that? Okay, so yeah, we still have Mattel quality. not a good hip joint. It's not good. You have to use the drop downs to go out to the side, and using the drop downs to go forward still doesn't work. Thigh swivel is technically in there, but it's just the ball on the peg, very minimal. Double jointed knee, that works nicely. Proportioning is way off, especially for live action. This should be the same length as this, so this needs to be longer, this needs to be shorter. But decent range, decent looking knee, that's good. You do get a boot swivel, so that's nice. And then for the ball hinge ankles, which is funny, if you have ball hinge ankles, you don't need a boot swivel. But they put it in there, so hey, that's awesome. Extra joints that work, that don't look bad, that's fine. Decent range, nothing crazy, but decent. And then you get your ankle rocker because it's a ball hinge. So that's nice, the ankles are really good, no toe hinge. So his articulation, certainly underwhelming compared to what it should be because it's already there. Like the torso should work, the hips should work. Everything else is pretty solid, but the torso and hips being crappy sucks. I will say 7 out of 10. Hips not working means you don't pose him. I mean, so if you have to rotate like this, you at least need a thigh swivel down here so that you can turn the leg straight again. But you don't have that. So you just don't. You can turn it a little bit, but it's still out too far. So you're going to have to get creative in your posing. You can't do certain things with him that you should be able to do. And that bright green from the leg pressing against it is super not ideal. Okay, so yeah, his articulation's better than He-Man for sure, but still lacking and still has Mattel quality. So it's more of the same. This guy's the best of the 3 so far by a lot, but it's nothing impressive. He's going to get a high score though because we have a skewed rating system for these figures. I'm going to give this guy an overall rating of 9 out of 10. For the price point, for the expectation, for everything, it's much better than the other ones. But things like the torso not working and the hips being terrible, there's just no reason for it. It doesn't cost more to do it correctly. So that's a bummer. But yeah, if you're just going to pick up one guy and don't care who it is, this is the one. If you were going for the main guy, they totally did it. They phoned it in because they knew people were going to buy it. That's my guess. But yeah, he's much better than the other 2. So there it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll be done there. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.